Hey, good morning. We are stoked for this, the Science Festival happening, and then coming up in just a few weeks, COSI is officially reopening. I know I'm very excited. Our house is very excited. My daughter's been asking about it. So let's talk about the weather. It is a wet morning, so let me step over here to the side and bring up our big monitor from the ground here. And you can see as you're heading out the door, it's wet everywhere this morning. But the good news is it's starting to dry out. Temperatures are in the 40s. It is a cool morning. Rain is still, though, in eastern Ohio, and it's moving out of here. So as we bring up the radar and satellite to show you, again, the rain's moving away from Columbus. Columbus is done with the rain for right now. However, as we continue on into this evening, another round of rain moves in. So for the kids heading to the bus stop this morning, and if you're not heading to the bus stop yet, stay tuned. We're going to do a lot of science experiments here from COSI this morning. Temperatures will be in the 40s here this morning. By the afternoon, we get up to about 64 the high today. And then as we roll on into this evening, we've got another chance for some rain. Should come after the kids are already home from school. So we'll get to that coming up. We're also going to talk about Mother's Day. It's obviously a huge weekend. It is going to be a pretty wet Mother's Day. We'll talk about how much rain coming up.
It is 7:16 right now, and Buck is live at the COSI Science Festival this morning.
So excited to see you there, Buck. You're doing some experiments.
Absolutely. I mean, we're COSI. You got to do some experiments, right? So the Science Fest happening today and tomorrow, the final 2 days of this, but you can check it out on COSI.org. And I'm joined with Josh Sawyer here, and we are doing a quick experiment using what?
That's right, liquid nitrogen here today, 328 degrees below zero, so it's really, really cold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it inside of this flask. What you're seeing there, that's not smoke. It's actually just a cloud. It's taking the water vapor all around us and bringing it closer together. Right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this in my hand here. What we have is that is boiling off at room temperature. If I put this stick inside of there, it can actually create a little stream.
Cool. So you shoot right at the camera then. That is really cool. And that's super cold right now, and that's why you're wearing the gloves and all the safety precautions.
That's right. Safety is always first for us here at COSI. So this is our own little air conditioning unit for you and I.
Nice. Awesome. Well, you guys are excited to open up back June 3rd. And I'm sure you guys are just beyond excited.
Absolutely. June 3rd is our opening day. We're so excited to welcome guests back to the building. Right now, the COSI Science Festival is going on, so check it out online. But we're really excited to bring people physically back to the building.
Awesome. Again, this is Josh Sawyer again. Thanks very much. We're going to get to weather now.
Excellent.
And so let's talk about it. It has been a wet morning for us. This rain that's outside. I'm going to step over here so we can actually physically bring up the big monitor from the ground here and actually talk about the weather that we are seeing outside. It is definitely going to be a wet start to the day, but we get a break for the middle part of the day. I'll take off the safety glasses now the liquid nitrogen's gone. So for the day today, we're going to be dealing with the rain moving out. We'll get more rain this evening, but the middle part of the day looks good. Saturday, fantastic to get outside, maybe mow the grass. Sunday, 1 to 2 inches of rain on Sunday, which is Mother's Day. A steady rain, and then next week, we're finally starting to dry out a little bit. So let's also talk about what we've got going on outside as far as the radar and satellite. We are dealing with some spotty showers here and there. That's moving out of here hour by hour. Notice that by the time we get into the evening, we will see some scattered showers and thunderstorms starting to pop back up. But tower cam right now here, you can see we're sitting in the 40s. It's a cool morning outside, but the rain's moving out. Here's the hour by hour forecast I was just mentioning there. So the rain's moving out to eastern Ohio at this point, but hour by hour, notice that we will warm back up to around 60 for today's high temperature. Now, let's time out some of that rain for you. Again, early morning rain on Futurecast moving out of here. By the time we get into the afternoon, sun comes out. It's actually going to be a really nice midday today. A little cool and breezy. Then we get some spotty showers moving in this evening from northwest Ohio across the state this evening and out of here at daybreak tomorrow. Now, what I want to point out, notice these low temperatures tomorrow morning. We will be in the upper 30s, which means patchy frost in areas that are sheltered from the breeze in the morning. So there will be patchy frost tomorrow morning. We will see more clouds move into the afternoon and late into the evening, but most of the day looks fantastic tomorrow. Here's the 7-day forecast. We get into 1 to 2 inches of rain on Mother's Day. I wish I could change it. I can't. I'm sorry, moms, but we will have a very wet Mother's Day for us. Monday, we start to dry out. Rain kicks out about daybreak, and as we roll on into next week, temperatures slowly warming up. But if you notice our normal high, low 70s, we're below normal the entire next 7 days here. Now, as we roll on into next week, we start to warm up a little bit. But that big focus is going to be Sunday's rain. We're going to time that out for you with a special Futurecast, our next weather maker. Stick around for that coming up at 7:30. And I believe Cameron Fontana is around here somewhere, guys. He's doing some experiments too. Good morning, everybody. We are here for the Science Festival happening today and tomorrow. Just go to COSI.org. It's all online. COSI is officially opening up to the public June 3rd, and I know my family very excited for it. Let's talk about the weather. As you're heading out the door today, what you should expect as you're heading out the door, and we'll bring up the big monitor right here in front of the pendulum. Now, as we continue on into the afternoon today, we are going to continue to see things dry out, and we're definitely wet this morning from that overnight rain. So the rain showers moving out of the metro area, but they're still in eastern Ohio. It's going to be a cool day. We get to 60 degrees for the high temperature. Here's the radar. Notice that rain moving away from us. Western Ohio, the clouds are going to start breaking up here shortly, and we're going to see sunshine for the middle part of the day, hour by hour wise. It's not going to last all long, the sunshine. Clouds move back in the late afternoon, and we get some evening isolated showers and a few thunderstorms. 60 though for the high for the day today. So again, we're kind of bookending the day. Rain early, rain late, but the middle part of the day looks great for lunch. Now, the big next weather maker here, this is Sunday. We are going to have some steady rain move into the area for Mother's Day. So this is early in the morning. By the time we get into the afternoon, notice that this rain covering most of the state here. So we're looking at 1 to 2 inches of rain by Monday morning. So it's going to be a very wet Mother's Day. If you have plans, maybe take mom out to dinner, take the umbrella. She'll really appreciate having someone holding the umbrella, keeping her a little dry.
Live this morning, he is back at COSI. It is so good to see you there, and you're getting ready for the Science Festival.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited. I'm joined with Steven now. We're doing the Science Festival for today and tomorrow, and find that on COSI.org, correct?
That's right, Buck. We're excited about the Science Festival happening here over the next 2 days. Check out COSI.org to find all the science that you can do at home.
Awesome. And we are in the Dinosaur Exhibit right now, but you guys don't officially open for a few more weeks, but I know a lot of people are pretty excited.
That's right. So this is our world-famous Dinosaur Exhibit. We are excited to open on June 3rd and to welcome everybody back here to COSI, your #1 science center in the country.
Awesome. So we're doing a little experiment right now, so explain what we're doing. This is an invisible ink?
That's right, Buck. So we're going to have a secret message here for the folks at home,
okay,
and I'm going to need your help.
All right.
So what we're going to do here is, this is a chemistry lesson for the day, okay? So what we have here is we have 2 pieces of paper. And this is an indicator called phenolphthalein.
Okay.
And what phenolphthalein does is it tells us whether or not something is an acid or a base. Now, acid, think is all around us. Think fruit juice as an example. Bases also all around us. Think glass cleaner, okay? Or your cleaners. And so what we're going to do is we're going to spray this glass cleaner on this piece of paper.
They're just white right now.
That's right. And what it's going to do is it's going to interact with that phenolphthalein and tell us what color it is. If it turns pink, it's a base.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and spray and see what color we get.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. So this is a base. And we got some secret messages here for the folks at home.
You got GDC?
Yes, and we got COSI SciFest, hashtag. So do your science experiments at home. Check out COSI.org. Use COSI, hashtag COSI SciFest, and share with us all the cool activities that you're doing as part of the COSI Science Festival big science celebration tomorrow.
And that's cool, because if you use the hashtag, then you can see the experiments other people are doing and be like, oh, I want to do that one.
That's exactly right. And you can check out our virtual dinosaur exhibit that we're standing right here as well as part of that big science celebration tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, Stephen, very much. That is really cool. All right, well, let's talk about the weather outside, because it is a wet start to the morning. We're going to bring up our augmented reality graphics right in front of the dinosaur here. So let me step over to the side, and you can actually see those right now. So we've had rain showers out there here early this morning, and as we take a look here, over the next few days, if you want to get some fresh air, today is going to be a day where you can get it done in the middle part of the day, but we will be dealing with some more showers and maybe a few isolated thunderstorms moving in later. Now, as we move on into tomorrow, hands down the best day of the weekend. Get outside, mow the grass tomorrow. By the time we get to Sunday, we will have prolonged rain throughout Mother's Day on Sunday. Not a great day to be outside. Take the umbrella with you if you're taking mom to dinner. And then Monday, we get back to some dry air. Now, here is the radar and satellite. I want to point out a couple things here. First of all, we have rain moving into eastern Ohio. There is a break with some sunshine and clear skies out in Indiana. But notice up in northern Illinois that we have this rain moving back towards us. That's coming in for later on this evening. So right now, we are cloudy outside. It's a cool morning. We're at 46 degrees. We're cloudy, but the clouds will start to clear out. We will see some sunshine for the day today, and you'll see that here on Futurecast. Rain kicks out to the east. We will continue to see some clearing into the afternoon, but then clouds move back in by 5 o'clock. Notice we have some spotty showers. A couple of rumbles of thunder are possible. We're not expecting severe weather. That moves out to eastern Ohio very quickly, and then by tomorrow morning, we wake up with clear skies and 38 degrees. Some of the outlying areas even colder. So if you are sheltered from the wind, maybe you live next to maybe a wooded area, you could have some thick frost tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind if you got plants outside already. Sunshine throughout the day, clears that frost. very quickly. Now by the afternoon and evening, we get to 58 for the high, but notice all those clouds moving in, and that rain in Indiana and Kentucky, that's coming in for us as we get into your Sunday. So let's break down the forecast. 60 degrees for the high for the day today. Rain this morning moving out. We'll see sunshine midday, followed by some evening rain showers. Enjoy today, the middle part of the day, and also enjoy tomorrow. But tonight, the rain's going to kick out of here. This evening, tomorrow we wake up about 38 degrees, but we get to 58 for the high. Enjoy tomorrow because by Sunday, it is a prolonged rain. 56 for the high on Sunday. If you live in the northern part of the viewing area, maybe even a little bit cooler with some of this prolonged rain. Extended forecast shows a little bit of rain Monday, early morning, kicks out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all looking pretty dry for us. More showers kick back in Thursday. Obviously, I'm down here at COSI doing Science Fest this morning, but we're going to do the birthday shout-outs with augmented reality from COSI. So if you know anyone celebrating a birthday today, send me a direct message on Facebook or Twitter. And again, that's coming up in about an hour from right now. But how about this guy? He looks hungry. Yeah, good morning. They're doing the Science Festival today and tomorrow, so you can check out all of the experiments on COSI.org. They're officially opening up to the public here June 3rd. You have to get your reservation tickets there also on the website there, COSI.org. But check out the Science Fest. A lot of cool stuff to do with the kids. Speaking of the kids this morning, as they've been heading out the door, we've been tracking some rain. So let's go ahead and bring up the big monitor here in the COSI Science Center here and show you what we are watching. It is going to be a bit of a wet morning as you're heading out the door. And there we go. I think the graphics are finally coming up for us. We're going to be watching cloudy skies through the first part of the day here, but as we continue into the afternoon, we will be watching some sunshine trying to come out. A lot of our temperatures are in the 40s here this morning, but as we roll into the afternoon, we're going to try to warm up to about 60 for today's high temperature. So again, we're cloudy this morning. Roadways are starting to dry out, but temperatures will be warming up a little bit more into the afternoon. This evening, though, we are tracking some scattered showers and thunderstorms moving back into the area. So just know this morning, a little damp. Midday, we get into some sunshine, and then by this evening, a little bit of rain does kick its way back into our area. Looking ahead real quick into the weekend, there you can see the radar. The rain's moving out to the east and out of here. Bus stop forecast this morning for the kids. They start out in the upper 40s. By the afternoon, we get up to about 60 for today's high temperature. The rain moves out, but then more tries to move back in for the evening. So I want to show you this real quick. This is a graph showing chance of rain drops for us midday. It jumps up this evening, but it really jumps up Sunday. It's going to be a very wet Sunday. We're going to time that out with Futurecast here coming up in just a little bit, but we are live at COSI. We're heading to a new exhibit coming up in a bit. Right now, let's head over to Katie. All right, thanks guys. I am live at COSI this morning. It feels great to be back in person. I'm joined with Marcy here. So COSI Science Fest, Sci-Fest, goes today and tomorrow.
Yes.
And there's all these experiments on COSI.org, right?
Yes, you'll find all sorts of free virtual activities. Just go to COSI.org, click the banner, and you can sign up, attend them. It'll be a lot of fun.
And it's been fun because we've been doing some of the experiments today, and we have one here right now. So what are we doing today?
So this is a lava lamp, and I already have it set up. So in here is water, vegetable oil, and a little bit of food dye. And to make it go, all you got to do is add a half of an Alka-Seltzer tablet. So I'm going to let you do that.
All right, so just drop this in?
Drop it in. We'll see what happens.
So it's just food coloring, right? So all these things they can just find in their food pantry pretty much.
Absolutely. You can find this at home. So it's starting, you see it starting to make those carbon dioxide bubbles, and they're starting to come up through the water, through the vegetable oil, and then they're going to sink back down, and you can kind of watch that lava lamp effect.
Awesome. I'm sure the kids probably love this too, and it just keeps going.
It keeps going. If it stops, just go ahead and drop another piece in, and then it'll start over again.
Cool. All right, well, I'm going to get to the weather here. What we'll do is I'll put this, can I put it back, or is it too close to the computers?
Nope.
All right, we'll put it right back here, and we'll check back in with this at the end of the forecast. So if we can move the card over to the side, and we'll bring in our graphics here. This is really cool. We were talking before, this is, to my knowledge, the first time anybody's ever done augmented reality weather here at COSI. So let's bring up the giant monitor, and I got to step to the side because I was kind of in the way there. So your weather headlines, what you need to know as you are heading out the door today, we will be dealing with rain in the morning, rain in the evening, but the middle part of the day looks good. It's going to be a cool day. Now, as we move ahead into tomorrow, tomorrow's going to be the pick day of the weekend. If you need to mow the grass, tomorrow would be the day to do so. If you want to fire up the grill, do it for Mom tomorrow, because Sunday we've got rain, 1 to 2 inches of rain on Sunday, and then next week looks pretty good. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday looking fairly dry for us. So let's talk about what we've got outside right now. As you step out the door, it is cloudy. The clouds will be breaking up for us, but it is still cool. We're at 46 degrees. And again, a cool morning, a damp morning, but we're going to get into sunshine in the middle part of the day. Notice on the radar, the rain's moving away from Columbus. It's moving out of eastern Ohio and clearing skies out towards Dayton and Indiana. Now, as we go hour by hour, notice we get into a little midday sun, but the clouds fill back in and some isolated showers and storms move back in the late afternoon and evening. So let's go to Futurecast. Rain moves out to eastern Ohio. This afternoon looks good. Again, if you want to go out for a walk, enjoy it this afternoon. By this evening, notice we've got some scattered showers and thunderstorms moving back through the area late this evening. So right around the evening commute is when it's going to start moving in. By 10 o'clock, the rain's starting to move into eastern Ohio. We wake up tomorrow morning with clear skies. Typically good. We'll start out with sunshine. But notice the temperatures. We're in the upper 30s tomorrow. If you're in a place that's sheltered from the wind, patchy frost is likely tomorrow morning. There will be a bit of a breeze out of the northwest tonight, about 10 miles per hour or so. Tomorrow, we stay dry in central Ohio, but we will see more clouds move in tomorrow evening, and that's all the rain that we're expecting on Sunday. So if you need to mow the grass, it's growing like crazy right now. Today, if you can get it done before the next chance of rain moves in, good. Otherwise, I'd wait till tomorrow. And if you can't get it tomorrow, wait till early next week, because Sunday and Monday, it's going to be so soggy still Monday morning. Here's the 10-day or 7-day forecast for you. We'll show a 10-day temperature trend coming up, but we will warm up eventually late next week, getting closer to normal. But temperatures stay cool. We're below normal the next 7 days here. As we get to Sunday, scattered showers and maybe a few storms most of the entire day with 1 to 2 inches of rain. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday look pretty good, and then we finally start to dry out some before more rain comes back in on Thursday. So here we go. I guess it's done. The Alka-Seltzer are already kind of fizzled out. So again, cool experiments. Check it out. COSI.org. We got a lot more coming up. Cameron Fontana's running around here, so we'll check in with him in just a little bit. Right now, back to you guys.
Well, Marshall broke out of the weather barn tonight. He's on the loose here and doing his forecast and all sorts of other neat stuff over at COSI.
And not only that, he's got a warning for moms. Mother Nature won't be giving us a gift this Sunday. Not so helpful there. But what do you got tonight, Marshall?
We are going to make some flubber real quick. This is what you can do at home. Remember, as a kid, you had all the slime and that sort of thing, and it's not that hard to make, and you've got this probably at home already. We have a baggie here. This has just got some regular old glue in it. Elmer's or somebody else's, just use some glue. And we have water, and this water has a little bit of food coloring in it. We're going to put it in the bag here, which appears to be glued shut at the moment because we put glue in here because that's what we do. And I'm going to try to get it open again. There we go. We're going to put this colored water, so we just added some blue food coloring to the water. Throw that in there. Now, the next part is some borax. You might have this in your laundry room. You don't want to touch the borax yet. The borax itself can be a little bit challenging, but pour that in there with the glue and the water and then seal it up again. Make sure it's sealed really well and then give it a quick knead. And what it'll do is it's causing a chemical reaction in there. And that chemical reaction is going to create the slime that you can actually play with. We've got a bag already made up here because that's going to take a few minutes. But this part is where you can actually touch it again because it sort of deactivates the borax, and then you've got yourself some slime that you can play with. Look how fun that is. And that's all just stuff you have probably at home that you can actually make yourself and create your very own flubber or slime or just a big mess, because that's part of the fun, right? All right, Jess, can you help me with this table real quick? We're going to make that go away that direction. And let's talk about the rain that's coming in, because the rain is actually going to be with us for a while tonight. Here we go. So right now, you can see the gray clouds over downtown Columbus. At the airport, it's still 54 degrees. It's pretty far below normal for this time of the year. Wind out of the north at 10. As we go through the evening tonight, these temperatures will fall pretty quickly. So we're still 53 in Gahanna and Reynoldsburg, 53 up on the hilltop, and 51 in Hilliard. But then as we go through the night tonight, we're going to get pretty chilly. 9 o'clock, Columbus is still at 52, but the rain is still coming down. It'll be after midnight that rain finally begins to actually taper off. But with that comes the colder air. We're looking for a low in town tonight of about 36 degrees. That's enough that we could end up with some patchy frost around the area. Where you get some clearing tonight and you're protected from the wind, plan on that chance for some frost. this is not going to be the only night that happens, because we have another chance for this Tuesday and Wednesday going into next week. Right now, the only alerts that are out there are for frost advisories in southwestern Ohio, but you are likely to see some patchy frost in other areas as well. So tomorrow, 58 degrees with some sunshine, lots of rain on Sunday, the high around 56 degrees. Then sunshine again Monday and Tuesday. The next chance of rain after that is going to be on Thursday. COSI opens to the public June 3rd.
Thank you, Marshall. Not worth worrying about. I couldn't help but notice our 3 beds are all on that map. So I'm worried.
Marshall, are you about to, what's going on there?
We are prepared to do some science because COSI. So Josh is with us. Thank you so much for showing us what's going on. We have some dry ice here, and what are we going to do with it?
Yeah, so we're going to take this dry ice, which is about 110 degrees below zero. That's really cold. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it in these containers, and I've already put a little bit of dish soap in there. So we're going to see what happens when we drop them in here.
Drop it in there.
And what we have now is this carbon dioxide is starting to come up and starting to produce bubbles.
Because this is, we say dry ice, but it's really just frozen carbon dioxide.
That's correct.
So
Absolutely.
what do we call what's happening now?
So right now we're creating these bubbles, and the bubbles are starting to come up. They're capturing all that carbon dioxide. We can actually grab this with our hand and show to you actually some clouds.
Look at this, boom. And fun bubbles. Now what do we have? This takes a lot of practice. Watch what Josh is about to do.
Got the rest of the dry ice. So I'm going to drop that in there as well. Okay. So now we have this nice container that's filling up with that gas. Now what if I could take that gas and actually contain it on the inside?
So you're drawing a bubble over that.
Yeah, now it takes a little bit of practice to do this.
There it is.
Almost.
So, come on, it's almost there. You can see a bubble forming there. So all of this is carbon dioxide that is being released into the water, and it's making all the small bubbles and a bigger bubble. And then, when it all collects,
just like that.
Now you've got a whole cloud in your hand.
That's right.
That is fantastic.
Let's see if I can actually create a dome here. While I'm doing that, you can see that the bubbles are continuing to come out and fill up.
And here comes more.
Oh, maybe.
Josh, forgive me, we're about out of time.
Yes.
So this is all, you can see lots of what's going on at COSI online these days, and you open to the public June 3rd. June 3rd on a Thursday. All right, I'm going to unceremoniously just push you this way because I'm going to go this way, and we're going to talk about what's coming tonight. We already have a little bit of rain happening here in central Ohio now. More of that is on the way. Look at that gray sky over downtown. 57 degrees at the airport, wind out of the west at 10, 62 in Westerville, 56 in Gahanna, 55 in Reynoldsburg. And as we go through the next few hours, the temperatures are going to stay in the 50s. 53 at 8 o'clock tonight. By the time we get to around 10 o'clock, we will still be in the low 50s. And then overnight, it is going to get very chilly here in central Ohio. In fact, I think a lot of places are likely to drop into the 30s by the time we get to the overnight. So be prepared. Here's your night tonight, 36 degrees. After the rain gets out of here by about midnight, we start to do some very quick clearing, and that's going to give us a chance for frost overnight tonight. Here's how that clearing happens. You see, tomorrow morning starts out with plenty of clear sky. The northeastern portions of Ohio still have some clouds, but Saturday night is when this next round of rain comes in. Your daytime on Saturday is dry. Sunday is going to turn very, very wet. Here's your Saturday. Starting at 41 degrees by 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll start warming up pretty quickly after that early frosty start. Getting into the afternoon, 57 degrees for the afternoon high, and we're dry during the day. Then on Sunday, not as cold in the morning, 45 by 8 o'clock, but you notice rain all day long is on the way. That's going to make it a pretty wet, soggy afternoon. So prepare for lots of rain, potentially an inch or more. Daytime tomorrow, a cool 58 degrees. We get some sunshine, turns pretty nice for us. And then there's the rain on Sunday. Could get a few rumbles of thunder out of that as well. It's breezy and cool. And your extended forecast dries out again on Monday. Monday's high 58 degrees. 62 pushes us, well, a little bit closer to normal, but still about 10 degrees below. Then 64 on Wednesday, showers on Thursday, and sunshine again on Friday. We're going to stay below normal, but at least we do have some sunshine on the way, and we can salvage half of the weekend. We have Science with Flubber coming up in a few minutes.
Having some fun tonight. Marshall is on the go. He's at COSI, And I noticed that you're indoor at COSI, which would probably tell us a little bit of something. You've got some interesting stuff planned.
We do, and in fact, the first thing we want to do tonight is introduce you to two very special guests, and one of them is Lori. Lori, come on in here and introduce us to Archimedes. Who is Archimedes?
Archimedes is our eastern screech owl, and this is an owl that you can find right here in central Ohio.
And how did she come here?
She was actually a rescue, so somebody found her injured in the wild. She only has one eye. She's only showing the good side right now.
And she's got a very pretty eye. She's actually a very pretty girl.
Absolutely. So you can actually find these guys if you go out to a wooded area. Instead of looking up into the trees, you look around the base of the trees for pellets. And if you find a tree that's got pellets underneath it, then that's the tree you want to keep your eye on.
Would she eat cicadas when they start coming out?
Absolutely. She is your friend if you are not a cicada fan.
She would like those very much. I think people would be surprised to find out COSI has animals.
We do. So we have a couple display areas where you can see them, including our Cuba exhibit. And then she's one of our program animals. So we use her for events like this, but we'll also bring her on the ground to introduce her to people.
She's very good with people. So thank you, Archimedes. And with a name like that, she deserves to be nowhere but COSI. This is perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll see you again in a few minutes.
Me.
Let's talk about some of the showers that are starting to move into central Ohio, because we have had some rain already here in the middle of the city. You can see on Tower Cam that some of that gray is over downtown. We're at 57 degrees at the airport. The wind is coming out of the west about 10 miles per hour, and look at these temperatures. We are well below normal for this time of the year. 56 in Gahanna, 59 in Clintonville, 55 up on the hilltop right now. And as we go through the next few hours, we're going to have to deal with some showers. So plan on taking rain gear with you if you're going to be out and about at all. 52 degrees by 9 o'clock tonight. Here's the catch. As this rain begins to taper off later tonight, you can see it coming through now. This is the satellite and radar picture, so this is where it is at the moment. Most of that coming through Columbus and areas north of town. That'll continue for the next few hours. But as we go through the overnight, 36 is very cold for this time of the year. It's not completely out of the question, but 36, which means as we do some clearing tonight, we get past midnight, we do some clearing. You see the word frost sitting there. Frost is going to be a possibility for us tonight, because watch what happens in the morning. See all that clearing? It's going to be a beautiful start to the day with clear skies, but where you get that clearing is where we'll get cold. Most of the day Saturday looks beautiful. We have sunshine and a nice afternoon, and then here comes the rain late Saturday night, mainly after midnight, and that is going to continue into Sunday. But tomorrow starts cold. We're looking at a good chance for frost Saturday morning, and we're likely to do it again Tuesday and Wednesday mornings, especially in our outlying areas. So make sure you're covering the plants. So far, the only frost advisories that the Weather Service is issuing are down to the southwest. So still plenty cold all over the area. As we go through the next few hours and into tomorrow, we'll drop to that 36-degree mark. Then in the afternoon, back up to around 57 degrees. That is way below normal for this time of the year. And once we get into the early part of next week, we'll finally start to warm up a little bit. So tomorrow, 58 degrees, and it's going to turn into a pretty nice day. It's going to be cool and pleasant. And then by Sunday, here comes the next round of rain. It's going to get really, really wet. Showers and thunderstorms, the high around 56 degrees. But there's your slight warm-up next week. We're still below average, but at least we get back up into the 60s. So Tuesday up to 62 with sunshine, Wednesday 64, and another chance for showers again on Thursday. So it is going to be a little wet for the evening, but we're going to salvage half of the weekend. Coming up in a little bit, we're going to talk more about what's happening with COSI's Science Festival. Plus, there are dinosaurs, there's Cuba, there's all sorts of things to see at COSI in person.
Fantastic, Marshall. Thank you.
McPeek is live from COSI.
We are live from COSI. We have our safety goggles on. And Adam, this is how you take a solid object and you make it sublime. In other words, you go from a solid directly to a gas. This is dry ice, which is just frozen carbon dioxide, and we're going to make some bubbles. I'm going to put a big chunk in there, and watch what happens. So now we have that carbon dioxide coming up through the bubbles, and it comes up out of the top like that. We can pick it up, and voila, we get ourselves a big carbon dioxide cloud. Boop. that we can play with. So all of these things you can see at COSI. Lots to do here, even virtually right now, because it is time for the annual Science Festival, which is going on tonight and tomorrow. You get to see the whole thing online these days, so it's perfectly COVID-friendly these days. Now, COSI itself opens on the 6th of June, and you'll be able to come see everything in person, including the Progress Exhibit, and take a trip back in time 100 years and then come forward into the 1960s. All right, take a look at what it looks like outside tonight. We still have all kinds of rain falling now. That'll continue through the night tonight. Tomorrow, 58 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds. It'll be a nice day. Sunday, rain and 56. Then once we get to Monday, it'll start to turn nice again with another high around 58 degrees. Adam, come see us at COSI.
Yeah, Marshall, you are in your element tonight back there.
All right, tonight we're keeping one eye on the skies as we could see some rain, and the other is on Marshall.
Well, as usual, that's right. So it's another Friday of weather on the go. Marshall joining us live tonight from COSI as they're getting ready for a very important weekend. Marshall, what's going on?
So we have the annual Science Festival happening now through tomorrow at COSI, and this year it's a completely virtual event so that you can enjoy it from the safety of your own home, and you can enjoy all of the experiments. There's even a few that are still happening for tonight. For those of us lucky to be here in person, do you remember the Foucault pendulum? For those of us who are, let's just say, of a certain age, we've been fascinated by this since it was over in the old building on East Broad, and now here it is. They moved it over here, and it's fantastic. But before you get mesmerized with that, let's talk about what's happening outside tonight. We actually have a little bit of rain moving into the region, and it's going to be with us for a while tonight. You can see that a lot of this is going to continue moving through central Ohio for the next few hours, and by the time we get to midnight, some of this will finally begin to taper off a little bit. But here a little closer to Columbus, you see some of those showers moving through. I'm pretty sure we heard a little bit of thunder here at COSI just a little bit ago, so some thunder is possible tonight. Temperatures are in the 50s now. We will have more of that as we go through the next few hours, and then we'll drop into the 40s. So the showers are going to continue for a while. Once we get into the overnight hours, look how quickly these begin to taper off. And as they do, we're going to start to get a little bit of clearing. And that clearing is going to lead us to some potential frost. And we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. So for the evening tonight, our temperatures are going to be in the 50s for a while, and we are going to then see some rain move through the region as we go into the later part of the evening. So lots more coming up from COSI tonight. More about the Science Festival. We're going to talk dinosaurs, Cuba, and all sorts of things live from COSI with weather on the go.
McPeek isn't waiting until the summer to have a good time. Our evening science guy is doing his weather on the go today at COSI for all sorts of interesting experiments. You're really in your happy place right now, aren't you?
This really is. It is so fantastic, and you get to celebrate science and all the things that go with it. So it's really fantastic. The Science Festival is happening now, and it's going to continue into tomorrow. They have some events actually going on right now. They're all virtual. And then by the time we get into tomorrow, there's a whole bunch more on the way. Let's talk about things that are on the way, and that includes all of this rain that you see. That is moving through central Ohio as we speak, along with a front that is going to keep us wet, not just right now, but also through the rest of the evening. Here's a little closer look at it. You see it coming through Columbus as we speak. So we have the potential for a few rumbles of thunder out of this, and then things will begin to cool down in a big way. We're already down to 49 degrees in Marysville. It's going to be in the 50s around a lot of the metro area for the next hour or so, and then we'll start to see those temperatures falling even more. During the night tonight, watch how quickly this rain moves out. There's 11 o'clock, and then off it goes. And because of that clearing tonight, we are likely to see some patchy frost, especially in rural areas for the overnight hours. So we have to be ready for that. Cover those plants. Where you get some clouds, you're likely to avoid some of that frost. But For the evening, temperatures are going to end up fairly mild, and we'll start that way, but we'll drop into the 40s and then eventually into the 30s. By the way, if you want to check this out, this is the Ohio Weather app, and you can find out the whole forecast for your neck of the woods right there anytime. So for the next few minutes, we're going to actually move around a little bit, and we have a whole new experiment coming for you. Plus, we're going to check out the Cuba exhibit in just a few minutes.
Right out to Chief Meteorologist Marshall McPeek, who is live at COSI tonight. Hey, Marshall.
Adam, we're in a progress exhibit. This exhibit looks at 100 years of progress, and we're going to pretend like it's Central Ohio, because it certainly could be. What we have right now is a look at the early 1860s, right around the beginning of the Civil War, and what life was like back then. And then in a few minutes, in a matter of seconds, we can actually travel 100 years into the future. We're going to do that for you in just a few minutes. But first, we got to talk about the rain that is on the way. It's out there now. You can actually see it across a lot of Central Ohio at the moment. We will continue to have this rain through the evening, and then it'll taper off overnight. We're down to 48 right now in Delaware. It's 50 in Newark and 51 in Lancaster. But as we go through the night, watch this rain very quickly move off to the east. As it does, we quickly do some clearing, and that is going to help us get down into the mid-30s, and we have the potential for some frost overnight tonight. So here at COSI tonight, it is going to continue to be a fairly mild evening, at least to start with. Temperatures will be in the 50s to start with. Maybe get out the electrostatic generator. And by about 10 o'clock, we're down into 10 and 11 o'clock, we're down into the 40s. I'll show you more about that rain when it clears out and when we get a chance for frost in a few minutes.
Looking forward to it, Marshall. Thanks. All right, it is pouring right now in parts of Central Ohio. Let's go out to Marshall, who is live at COSI.
Adam, we've made some progress. We're in the progress exhibit. In fact, we've moved ahead by about 100 years, and we've made it to the None Finer Diner in about 1962 or so. And you can see that the whole street has been done so that you can take another trip back in time and see what progress was like from the early 1860s until now. So we do have some rain out there at the moment. The rain will continue to come down over the next few hours, and through the night tonight, it will begin to taper off. And as it does, then we're going to start to get some really cold air starting to move into the region. But the rain will come back again late Saturday night into Sunday, and Sunday is going to be very, very wet. So your daytime tomorrow, we start with some sun and clouds, then those clouds thicken up later in the day. We get to a high around 58 degrees. It's still a cool, pleasant day, but Adam, it gets very, very wet on Sunday. We also have an experiment coming up for you in just a few minutes.
Well, we're doing some experimenting tonight with the weather, literally, as Marshall joins us now live from COSI. Weather on the go here tonight. Ooh, look at that, our Chevy there behind you. We get closer to recovering from the pandemic. We're going to head out into the community here more often, and we love doing this so much. Marshall, great to see you.
So Marshall, of course, like a kid in the candy store out there at COSI in particular. Now you get something for Bob here.
Yeah.
And we do not have very sweet weather on the horizon, but tell us more about what's going on.
You know, the interesting thing is if you had a car like this of your own, you probably wouldn't want to drive it on a night like tonight and take it out in the rain, because it's raining across a lot of Central Ohio. But in Cuba, these are pretty common. A lot of them actually are cabs. You can hire one out and take a ride across Havana. But it's going to be a little wet if you're trying to get out tonight. This exhibit lasts at least through the summer. COSI hasn't put a hard end date on it yet, but COSI itself opens to the public on June 3rd, and then you'll be able to come see this entire exhibit about Cuba, and as always, all the usual science exhibits, and then this one will go away, so you don't want to wait too long to come see it. Let's talk about what's happening outside tonight. We have a whole lot of rain across the area. This is coming in along with a cold front, and as this front comes in, that will continue to create these showers. Here's a closer look at Columbus, the city in the center of your screen there. Had a few rumbles of thunder with this as it's come through. That's going to continue through the night. We're still at 49 in Marysville right now, 55 in Grove City. It's close to 50 now in the northwestern parts of Licking County. The rain will continue through the evening tonight, and as it does, we will continue to see these showers then begin to taper off a little bit. So at COSI tonight, temperatures falling from the 50s down into the low 50s. We'll get to around 50 degrees by about 10 o'clock tonight, and it is going to get real chilly overnight. Coming up in a few minutes, more about the Cuba exhibit at COSI, plus we have experiments and more on that frost.
Thanks, Marshall. Coming up.